Subscribe to the channel and comment down below saying I subscribe to enter this month's shoutout giveaway. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Hoop Heaven. In other players' cases, an average NBA fan would rather get in contact with a player to give him a swift, solid message to the face. While some players can be loved, others can be hated with a passion by fans and players alike that would give anything to see that specific player's career end in the worst of ways. With that in mind, here are 8 of the most annoying and hated NBA players. Number 1, Lamar Odom.
Gasol posting up, nice feed to Odom, in for the layup.
Odom strangely shows up at the back end of the list, but it's likely because of his Kardashian connection more than anything else. The Kardashian family is polarizing, and not everyone is a fan of their work. It's highly unlikely he'd show up on this list if not for that, which highlights how laughable this poll was, considering it's clearly not based in basketball logic. Number 2, Paul Pierce. I don't think Kobe is the best player. I'm the best player. There's a line that separates having confidence and being conceited. I don't cross that line, but I have a lot of confidence in myself. If you call yourself the best player in the NBA, you're just asking for criticism and fire. The Boston Celtics veteran answered this question a few weeks after his team won the 2008 NBA championship against Kobe's Los Angeles Lakers and decided to stick it a little more to Bryant by declaring himself the best player in the NBA. While you can probably name about 10 players that have a better shot at being considered the best player in the NBA, the truth was actually the leader to one of the cellar dwellers of the NBA prior to Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen joining the team. Not to take anything away from Pierce and his undeniable talent, but the best player in the NBA isn't on 30-win teams. The team's best season between Pierce being drafted and the monumental acquisitions was the 2001 and 2002 season when they finished 49-33 and lost in the conference finals. After winning the last season's three-point contest against less than stellar competition, Pierce contended that if he shot more three-pointers in games, then he would be considered as one of the greatest shooters in NBA history. Like I said before, the greatest players don't call themselves the greatest at anything. The defining moment of the center of hate for people against Pierce came in Game 1 of the 2008 NBA Finals. Paul suffered a severe leg injury and the third injury that appeared to be so critical that he needed to be carried off the court. Miraculously, a few minutes later, he came back and scored 15 points in the same quarter. Number 3, Tyler Hansbrough. Career backup forward Tyler Hansbrough was way too popular during his time in North Carolina. The Indiana Pacers drafted him way too high. Hansbrough found his way onto the court despite being completely annoying in every facet of the game, both for his home fans having to watch him take minutes away from a young Paul George, and also for opposing fans who couldn't take any more of Hansbrough's relentless hustle and punchable face. He flamed out relatively quickly, lasted only 7 seasons, but fans hated him enough to make the cut. Number 4, Joakim Noah. Another player who is less gifted with basketball skills and more just a nuisance on the floor is Joakim Noah. Early on in his career, he drove both Bulls fans and his teammates crazy with his inconsistent effort and character quirks. As he improved, his home fans grew to love him, while Noah drew the ire of fans in Cleveland and around the rest of the NBA. And while New York Knicks fans should blame Phil Jackson, they don't support Noah's lack of production on the 4-year, $72 million deal he signed in the offseason. Number 5, Rajon Rondo. Where to start with Rajon Rondo? Well, the Chicago Bulls point guard doesn't have an offensive skill, he makes up for on the defensive end. Or at least he did earlier in his career. Opposing fans viewed Rondo as a dirty defender, as evidenced when he grabbed Kirk Heinrich by the arm and threw him into the scorer's table during a playoff game in 2009. There was also the situation regarding his acquisition and the fallout with the Dallas Mavericks, and his benching this season and subsequent flaming of the Bulls' best players. Number 6, Carmelo Anthony. Could this be another case of where a famous spouse plays a hand in landing the 7th seed for Anthony? Did Anthony really turn enough heads last season with his trade demands to get out of Denver? Maybe, but probably not enough for that to earn him this spot on the list alone. There's always underlying reasons as to why these players make the list, and I don't think Anthony's appearance is any different. Number 7, Vernon Maxwell. Guard Vernon Maxwell, nicknamed Mad Max because of his volatile personality, never had a ton of fans around the league. He bounced around quite a bit because of his tendency to launch jumpers from all over the court and rub his teammates and coaches the wrong way. And that includes his weird exit from the Houston Rockets in 1995. Maxwell, a career 39.8% shooter with an average of 12.8 points per game, was angry at his loss of minutes to future Hall of Famer Clyde Drexler. The Rockets released him after winning their second NBA championship. Number 8, Charles Barkley. Even though he's not a role model, at least in his own eyes, Charles Barkley drew the ire of NBA fans all over during his playing days. The round mound of rebound was one of the bad boys of the NBA in the 80s and 90s, and it wasn't just those that paid for the entertainment that hated him. There's actually a physical list of people who hate Charles Barkley, including former NBA forward Charles Oakley, who saw Barkley as extremely difficult to get along with. As an outspoken NBA analyst on TNT, since he retired in 2000, the list of those who hate Barkley just keeps growing. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.